If you're a new agent or an experienced agent or a team leader, what advice do we have for these people?
If I was a new agent, I would ignore all the noise that's going on in the industry right now. And when times are slow, I would do as much learning as possible. And then I would do open houses. I would do any sort of lead generation that is free, that doesn't cost me money.
Right.
And open houses is the best because
Yes.
you meet people in person, face to face. You get familiar with the neighborhood. You can have your open house signs everywhere, so you're branding yourself in a particular neighborhood.
Yeah.
So if I was doing goals as a new agent, it would hands down be I would be doing 3 to 5 open houses a week.
Yep. And you get familiar with the inventory. 'Cause you're
Exactly,
in all of
yeah.
these homes, which is priceless.
And you listen. I was a new agent. I built my business on open houses. I probably did about 100 open houses in my first year, and that led down to 12 transactions. Now that conversion's not good from 100 open houses to 12 transactions. But the reason why I would suggest doing it as a new agent is you can make mistakes and it's not the end of the world.
Yep.
Sometimes you'll never meet these people again.
Yeah.
So you just get used to showing homes, you know what I mean? Because sometimes it could be an awkward experience if you're not used to it, and you can learn the do's and don'ts. So that's all I would do. Ignore everything else and all the secret formulas of people telling you how to be a successful real estate agent. Learn as much as you can from experienced agents in the office. Go to classes that are beneficial. And, many people talk about this. For you to turn something from a knowledge to a skill, you have to apply that knowledge. So don't just attend classes, actually use what you learn when you're attending those classes.
Yeah.
So that's what I would do as a new agent. Experienced agent, and let's call it like 5 to 10 years. That's what, would you call that an experienced agent?
Sure.
Past clients, referrals, reaching out to your database. That's all I would focus on. There's amazing tools that you can use like HomeBot to keep in touch with your clients on a monthly basis. I love sending my clients a weekly real estate market report, and I get a ton of good feedback from that. They seem to be getting a lot of value from it. And then I would just be picking up the phones. Like, so many people use action plans to reach out to their past clients, and everyone knows when they've received a templated email.
Sure.
Like, think of all the brands that you buy with, that you're a consumer, and then when you get that automated Thanksgiving email or whatever, know it's not, they don't really reach out to you.
Of course.
Call 3 past clients a day. That's it, right? So experienced agents, just honing in on that database and reconnecting with your clients.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then team leaders, I'd follow the Richard Branson rule, and that's focus on making they're not employees, but focus on making your agents happy, and how can you improve their experience working with the team.
Yep.
Because if you do that, and if your agents are happy, then your agents are happy, that's going to lead to happy clients. It's just going to have that ripple down effect.
Yeah, totally. My advice to new agents in the business: focus on getting your sphere of influence, the closest people to you, to think of you as the real estate professional in their life. Because when you're new in the business, your uncle thinks of you as, his nephew. Your friend thinks of you as the friend, he partied with in college. All these people think of you as something else because you were something else just a few months ago, 6 months ago, 12 months ago. You have to capture their mind share, and they need to think of you as the real estate professional in their life. And how do you do that? Well, you got to remind them. First, you got to let them know once.
Yep.
Let them know. Then you got to remind them 33 times a year in a very strategic way, right? We have a 36 touch we run on our sales team, on our real estate team. So constantly reminding them. And to piggyback on something you said, you're new. So let's focus on some free things. Yes, sit open houses, but when you're sitting those open houses, take the opportunity to take pictures in those open houses and use those pictures to remind your sphere of influence that you are the real estate professional in their life. They don't know it's not your $3 million listing. They really don't. They just assume you're in it. It's yours. So, maximize those opportunities.
We just have an agent in our office that's doing that right now, a new agent. And he's just started, he's so nervous in front of the camera, but he's now getting in front of the camera. And he's now having his sphere, the people that he grew up with, saying, "Oh, dude, I love all your stuff. Can't believe you're listing this home because puts a picture up of a open house that he's hosting, and they're like, oh man, that home's beautiful. But it's just people are making that connection now that he's in real estate.
Yeah.
And I think it's funny you just said it there with new agents. Your sphere of influence, before you're an agent, knows you're a confident person, right? Or knows they trust your character. Mm-hmm. They like you already, which is half the battle. But I think with your sphere of influence, they already know you're confident, but do they know you're competent?
Right.
And I think once you prove you're competent, then they start to take you seriously as a real estate professional. Like, you don't want to reach out to them and say, hey, let me help you sell your home, because you don't want them to think that they're doing you a favor, right? If they list their home with you, like they're giving you your break.
Yeah.
I think that's what the biggest difference with this new agent that we're training. They're starting to say, I'm putting all these market stats out there right now. I'm constantly, posting on social media, and now I'm getting people saying to me, I thought this real estate thing you might be doing this for 3 months and then move on to something else. Now I see you're actually giving this a good go, and I love your content.
You're busy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's that, because that's the two most, in my mind, the two most things you need to do is prove that you're competent first, and then prove that you're confident about your ability to see it through. That's why I think people work with us, because we have the best of both worlds.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And then experienced agents who've been around a while, I'd say, one, mindset, make the decision that you're going to work and grind through a slower market, which we're going to be in for a while, and not bury your head in the sand. Mm-hmm. Make your mind set that you're going to capture market share. You're going to service your clients at a higher level. And then, like you earlier said, get in there and really keep your database close to you. No daylight between you and your database. Implement a professional, well thought out, strategic 36 touch plan. We work a lot on ours. It's constantly changing. Improving that, constantly working on it, I think is a big part of these next 24, 36 months. And team leaders, my advice is lead by example. Nothing more powerful than a team leader who is in the trenches with you, actively selling, actively working, actively belly to belly with the consumer. Because the advice coming from a team leader who's belly to belly with the consumer, as the agent is, in my opinion, better advice. Okay? Of course, yeah. I'm in the weeds. I'm in the thick of it every day, as are you. I think I can give good advice on what they're going through.